So in this video, we're going to talk about the uncomfortable truth. Listen, I love all of my Knicks guys, but it comes to a point where we may have to sever ties. And in this video, we're going to talk about the fact that the Knicks are possibly going to have to trade Immanuel Quickley because of the depth chart and the fact that they just have too many guards. So let's talk about it. So welcome to the channel. I am the Objective Fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Yeah, you know the vibes. So take the time to subscribe if you're new, hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications, and then like the video so more cool new fans can check out the video. And look, in this video, I hate to go here because for the first time in a long time, last year's team, I really liked everybody, but I'm objective and I'm for what's best for the team. And what's best for the team would be to, I feel, rebalance the lineup and trade Immanuel Quickley. I feel like he's the odd man out. We're in research mode early. I want to start with a comment that Quickley made when they was asking him. He spoke to some reporters. Ever since the NBA offseason tipped off, New York Knicks guard Immanuel Quickley has consistently been in contract and free agency gossip. A lot of gossip this offseason. Not a lot of action for the Knicks side of things, but definitely a lot of rumors. Quickley has reported, he said like he won a 9-figure deal over 4 years, and regardless of which city, he'll call home in the next couple of years, right? He's 24-year-old, restricted free agent after this season. That's if the Knicks don't re-sign him. And of course, the Knicks can match any offer he gets, which may be an argument to hold on to him, but we're gonna get to that. So I wanna start off by saying I do have a trade target, one trade target that I think that will work for all parties involved. Here are some of the rumored, and this is from Bleacher Report, here are some of the rumored numbers that Fred Katz reported, right? So if we're talking about 5 years, $125 million, right? I'm assuming that's the super max. That's well, not the super max, but the max that he can receive, right? Or 4 years, $100 million, right? And then I'd say probably throwing $90 million to another 4 year, $90 million. So anywhere between $20 million to $25 million. Now, the $18 million per season might be enticing, especially if that last year can be a player option. So before we continue the video, I wanted to introduce you to the hottest, newest Facebook group on the market. That is Objective Knicks Fan. Definitely take the time to check it out. We have great conversations there. You can link up with other Knicks fans. I'm on there. We're on there, just sharing information and letting the people know what's going on when it comes to the Knicks world. If you're looking for a place to connect with more Knicks fans, yes, you can subscribe to this channel, but also head over to Facebook and chat with us there. Now let's get back to the video. So that 4 year, $72 million is kind of enticing, especially if that last year's a player option. That means that contract more than likely would be probably easy to move. I could see a team taking on a $72 million contract just in case we had to make a trade if things went south. So I think the contract is one issue that he's going to have. I can't see the Knicks committing $180 million to backup guards. I honestly think that that's going to come back to hurt him. Plus, his playoff performance. So this is last year. He got hurt against Miami. He didn't really he had a good game. He had a 19-point game. But all the other games, not really that impressive. He had a couple of decent performances, 12 points, 11 points. But he wasn't the same Quickley that gave him the 6th Man of the Year qualifications. And him not taking it up a notch in the playoffs kind of hurt him. I mean, it's not like he had a complete terrible playoffs. I just think that it was underwhelming. I mean, he didn't really give the production that normally he would have gave us. And then he also got hurt in the middle of the Miami series. Maybe he would have turned it up. Maybe he would have been a difference maker. I don't know. But I think that his poor playoff performance and him not getting the 6th Man of the Year award, I think it came back to bite him. Because of that, I think the Knicks felt like, okay, let's lock in hard. Let's lock in. Let's sign DiVincenzo. Let's make other moves, and we can always revisit the Immanuel Quickley situation because let's keep it real, he's a restricted free agent, right? Now, I do have a question. Based off of what will come out in this video and what we discussed thus far, should the Knicks keep Immanuel Quickley? I mean, it's a fair question. Am I tripping? Do you think that they should keep him? Let me know in the comments box below, and we could talk about it further. So my next point is, we got Josh Hart, who got a monster contract. I'm not gonna say instantly re-signed him or gave him his team option, that 1-year extension, which was for $12.9 million for this upcoming season. They also immediately, after they did that, within days, gave him a 4-year, $81 million extension on top of that. So he has a 4-year deal locked in place, potentially 5 years, and the tally is over $90 million, right? When we go to Dante DiVincenzo, let's look at his deal. He got a 4-year, $46 million contract, right? And so if you add the $46 million with the $93 or $94 million, you're looking at an excess of about approximately $140 million, right? Tied up in the next 4 years with backup guards. If you add Immanuel Quickley's salary to the fold, like I said earlier, that would be, I said 180 million, more like $200 million tied up for the next 5 years to a bunch of backup guards. I can't see the Knicks doing that. I think that because Quickley will be the last one to sign, and I'm not saying that the Knicks won't sign Quickley or won't extend them. I don't see an extension coming before October. I think the Knicks can wait until he hits the free agent market or till the trade deadline to trade him, or even just hold on. If they want to pull up Derrick Rose, Evan Fournier tactic, they can hold on to him next offseason where he'll be a restricted free agent. And if a team signs it, they can match, or they can do a sign and trade where they can actually get some value at that point, because now a team is definitely going to have to commit possibly $100 million deal, or at least a 4-year, $80 million deal to Immanuel Quickley at that point. And so now the Knicks can, gain some assets over that. So when I'm saying that the Knicks have to trade IQ, I'm not saying that it has to be right now, right? But I just can't see them committing another $80 million to a backup guard. If you go to the Knicks depth chart, I mean, so Quentin Grimes, in my opinion, possibly will be the starter, even though I did a post talking about how Josh Hart, I feel, should start. But if we go based off of last year's team provided in terms of the roster situation, Quentin Grimes was the starter. So as you can see, you got the Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes. Let's keep RJ, he's a 3. Let's just focus on the point guard, 2 guard position. So according to the CBS Sports depth chart, they have Immanuel Quickley ahead of Dante DiVincenzo. I think that Dante DiVincenzo is definitely going to play. They wouldn't have signed him for 4 years, especially he's a Brunson guy. So I don't believe Quickley, if the team were to stay the way it is, I don't think that Quickley would play over Dante DiVincenzo. That's just my opinion, because they bought the kid to play. And then they got, at the shooting guard position, Dante DiVincenzo there. Now, we know that the Knicks do not run a 10-man rotation. They started that way last year, but they play 9. So you can just cut out, RJ Barrett's backup. So the 2 guard backups would likely be Hart and DiVincenzo, start Grimes. Immanuel Quickley is not starting. So if you bring him off the bench, now you can say, okay, we're going to play Josh Hart at the 4 and play Quickley and Dante DiVincenzo at the guards. That can possibly be what he wants to do. Maybe a combination of RJ and Josh Hart playing small ball at the 4, so you can keep Quickley. That's also a possibility. However, I don't think that would be the best step. I'd say trade IQ for someone, and that player, in my opinion, is OG Anunoby. So yeah, there's rumors that they want to balance out their roster, and if you can look at the contracts, OG Anunoby has a 2-year deal, well, 1 in a player option, so it's a 1+1 if he chooses to opt in. But I think that if the Knicks were to trade for OG, they would probably be looking for him to want to sign an extension, right? So I can see them giving another $80 million deal out, just not to another guard. But the salaries match up, and you can create a package with OG Anunoby, for IQ, Fournier, some picks. So when we go to the Toronto Raptors salary cap, let's see. Hey, you might throw I'm not sure if they're gonna give up Chris Boucher, but Precious Inouye, Gary Temple, but you can add Otto Porter Jr. There's ways to balance out the money, but I think that you get OG Anunoby, he'll come in and he can provide what the Knicks actually need, which is a versatile forward that can play pretty much 3 to 4 positions. I like the kid. I think he's talented. I think that you can start him. Or another thing too, and I know some of you guys are going to kill me, you can trade Grimes and Quickley and probably a pick for OG, or maybe just Grimes and Quickley for OG and Anunoby. Now, I know I said I was going to give you guys another alternative to the keep Quickley people. You could just trade RJ Barrett straight up for OG Anunoby, and then that would solve a lot of, but here's the problem. So now the Knicks will be giving up another 8 because you're going to have to sign OG Anunoby. See, RJ's already locked into his contract, so think about it. So now you're going to have to pay OG Anunoby because he has a 1-and-1, and hopefully he wants to re-sign with you because he's not going to be a restricted free agent. So the crux of this trade is OG Anunoby signing the extension. So I can see the Knicks giving an extension to a guy who is 6'7", 230. You can play him at the 4. He can be your backup 4 at that point and start at the 3, right? And then you go with Hart and DiVincenzo off the bench. I think that OG Anunoby would be my number 1 target if he's available. And here's the key thing about the OG trade. Toronto needs a point guard. And I think Immanuel Quickley will fit them, their needs the most. So, and if you could get Fournier in the deal, or you could do Fournier in another trade. But this is the kid I'm calling Toronto. Hey, you need a starting point guard. We need a guy that can play the forward position because we got too many guards. Let's do it. And I think Immanuel Quickley could get the job done, right? And you could trade RJ, but if you trade RJ, now you're going to have 3 guys off your bench that command about $200 million for the next 5 years. I don't see the Knicks doing that. I think that Leon Rose has shown us thus far that he's pretty responsible. So that's all for this video. Definitely take the time to check out all the things that we have to offer. The Objective Knicks Fans Facebook group, check that out. Definitely check out the merch. Shop at theobjectiveknicksfan.com. You can get some of your I Bleed orange and blue t-shirts, right? You can also, we take Cash App donations too, independent media. You can send the Cash App to the Objective Fan. And definitely stay tuned. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon and, like the video and all of that good stuff. Definitely stay plugged in. And until next time, let's go Knicks.